Okay, hello and welcome back to the Get to Know podcast, the podcast where, as the title suggests, we get to know someone each and every week. Today, we have a very interesting guest. He is the co-owner and director of Audacity eSports. He's closing in on 10,000 subscribers on YouTube with 10,000 followers on Twitch. He is a voice actor for the Oddities roleplay channel, which is almost at 200,000 subscribers, and he is one of my very old friends. Jack, or Beatbox Gaming. Hello, how are you today?
Beatbox Gaming, BeatBoxCrazy, get it right.
Sorry.
Can't get it right.
Nearly made it through the whole intro. Nearly.
You failed. Can't believe it.
How are you?
You're picking me up too much. Too many titles.
Oh, you've got a lot going on. You're a busy man.
Busy.
You are. Well, before we get into all that, I've kind of sort of started every single podcast with asking everyone how their sort of last year or so has been with the lockdown and everything, because everyone's had a bit of a different experience. So how's lockdown and life in quarantine been for you?
It's been a bit of a tough one, I gotta say the least, because there's been so much in my life. So basically, a lot of my jobs that I used to do, they got cut because of funding. So there was a lot of stuff. Audacity and all, obviously, has been a hard one because, obviously, as you can tell, esports being a massive hit on like the current like climate in the UK. So then I had to work so much. Other than that, a lot of family things happened. You know, unfortunately, someone passed away from COVID. COVID's been awful for everyone. Mental states, everything together. It's just been awful. And I genuinely think like this year has probably been one of my worst in a sense that I haven't been able to really get out. I haven't been able to do anything. But on the other hand of that, it's been positive in a way that it's allowed me to progress in everything I do, like voice acting, YouTube, Twitch, everything. So I guess it's sort of positive, but then obviously it's a pandemic, so it's never going to be great.
Yeah, so it's allowed you to work on some things. So we'll get into some of the things that you're working on. One of the things that's really interested me is that I want to talk to you about is obviously the esports team, because I would be lying if I said I knew a whole lot about esports and the whole sort of just everything around it really. So we'll start off with, how did that come about and how did that get started?
So it all started back in like 2019. So basically, I used to play in a league called VPG. It's a FIFA league online. So basically, do different types of pro clubs, like professional pro clubs, like play against each other, 11v11. And I used to like just play with that really. When I was playing with that, I sort of I really want to own my own team. Now, I've been doing this for like 4 years, just playing it casually. And then VPG sort of started getting these professional teams, esports teams on board. So I was like, right, well, probably best I try and find a esports team. Me, I had no knowledge in esports whatsoever, really. So I'm just like emailing people until I pop up with one of my good friends, Callum, who used to own an esports team called Arian Gaming. And that used to be something me and Dylan used to be a part of at one point. But obviously, coming back from that, I basically asked them, I was like, hey, I got a FIFA team. Would you be interested in sponsor us? Give us some jerseys, help us through. And they were like, yeah, sure. We'll take the shot of it. Lots of publicity in it. It's brand new, up and coming, starting to become prize pools in it. They're like, ooh, all right, we'll get you involved. Love it. And so as that sort of progressed, it was more or less like a year into it. We won the league in what league we did. Well, no, we didn't win it. Sorry, we came third. We won the playoffs. Literally, it was a tough season. So it was literally us and Oxford United's actual academy team. Not the professional players, but like their academy team that they have sponsored in VPG.
Yeah.
And we beat them. Funny enough, literally last second of the game, and we went through, and they hated it with a passion. They hated it. Oh, mate, it was great. It was great to see. But basically, after that happened, I then sort of went to Callum at Arian. I was like, hey, Callum, I want to sort of start, I really am enjoying management. Why don't you let me come on board and sort of help you with like the social media side of actual esports? And he was like, yeah, sure, go on then. So I started getting on board with that. I started continually getting into management of it. Then I started going up and up and up, just promoting myself, basically, getting promoted until I was like a general manager slash co-owner, I would say, but not putting no money in. Yeah, so then obviously I just had to start learning different esports like COD, Rainbow Six, CSGO, start learning the scene. And obviously I knew nothing back like 2 years ago, and joined that. Went on to a COD tournament, which we had a team in, London. It was CWL London 2019, where basically went there, had a good time. Well, we did pretty well, I'd say. But funny enough, the org that I own now, Audacity, we played them and they beat us. So it wasn't the best of thing to think that the org that I now partly own is the org that beat us in my old org. So yeah, that sort of roughly went about. So basically, when Arian went sort of a little bit more in depth after that, after CWL, Callum sort of had some issues in real life, to where he had to shut down really, and I just went looking for another org. Found Arian, found Audacity, and here we are. 2 years later, slowly but surely building my way back up,
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's good. So, what games does Audacity take part in with competitions and leagues?
So currently we participate in CSGO's ESL Premiership, which basically is the best teams in the UK. And we also participate in the ESCA Advanced, which two of the best leagues possibly you could look at UK side. We got oh my god, my brain's just decided to die today. too many things. Rainbow Six, we're in the UKIN, which is basically UK and Ireland Nationals, which basically is funded by Ubisoft itself. It's basically the best teams in the UK and Ireland put together, and then obviously it goes on. They get to Challenger League, and then Challenger League to Euro, like Pro League and all that sort of stuff, moving up and up and up to EU League. And then we've also got two FIFA players, one that's top 9 in Europe and another one that's top 20 in Europe. So two very good players. But
yeah, no,
as it goes,
all sounds good. So what about you? What's like the day-to-day sort of things that you do for the team?
So my day-to-day is more or less just general management. So I'm basically on emails, texts. My phone does not stop, more or less. Texting, emails, just the basic stuff, making sure we're okay, scheduled for the next week, making sure we know what games we've got going on. Basically just day-to-day normal, like general stuff. Ownership stuff and management stuff sort of goes above and beyond, where I have to take meetings, calls. That's normally once or twice a week normally, but most of the other stuff takes up quite a lot of time.
So do you not do you not take part in any of the competitions, or do you play at all?
I think I played in a couple charity matches, which didn't work out too well. I'm not the best CSGO player or Rainbow player, but chuck me on a FIFA, I'll be all right. But no, I don't currently play for any of them, but probably gonna. No, I have started recently getting back into my pro clubs, so who knows? I might end up starting an Audacity pro clubs team again. Yeah,
I think it would be good. Okay, so we've covered that a little bit. I want to just sort of talk about, because you and me, we go quite far back, like
2014.
I would something around that, yeah. Like,
back when you did Minecraft.
I did Minecraft. We did. What kind of things? I can't even think what we did. There was a lot of CSGO.
We did CSGO. We did some Rocket League, because I remember on your old channel, the one that sadly is RIP.
Oh, it's back now though.
Is it back?
It got reinstated randomly after like a year or two of being terminated.
Why not? Just why not?
The weird workings of YouTube. But yeah, we did a bit of Rocket League.
Yeah, I think. And then obviously it was just that SMP with Dylan, wasn't it? Really, it was that. What was it? Jewelcraft.
Oh yeah. Oh my god, I completely forgot about that. Oh yeah, it was a bunch of other creators and stuff, wasn't it?
Yeah,
oh my god.
You got that. Yeah, K Cray, she's now a massive voice actor YouTuber. There you go, me and Dylan. The only person that didn't progress in YouTube, or should I say Twitch or anything, was Ryan. I feel sorry for the guy.
Oh my god,
He just never progressed it.
I completely forgot about that whole thing. I've got so many memories coming back now. Oh my god.
Oh, back in the day.
Back in the day.
Oh, back in the day of when we used Skype on a day-to-day basis.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
It was you, me, Dylan. Was it Bran?
Brandon.
Brandon. Yeah. I haven't spoken to him in years.
Didn't you used to be like, you used to talk to him like all the time?
Yeah, we used to be really good friends. But I've not spoken to him in so long. I don't know.
I think he's just progressed in life, really, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's gone.
Yeah. Okay, well, you touched on it a little bit just a moment ago when you were talking about another YouTuber who's doing really well in voice acting. Obviously, you take part in the Oddities roleplay. Yeah. So, how did that come about?
Right. This is a funny one, right? So basically 2 and a bit years ago, Dylan basically got offered by Darzeth a opportunity to basically voice act on this YouTube channel. So basically, and obviously he wanted to do it sort of professionally. So he had the opportunity. He had to basically bring a demo reel to him. And the way he wanted to do it was bring someone in. Now, Ryan was his first pick because I wasn't online because obviously I just wasn't online. You remember back in the day, I'm always busy. Yeah. And so that sort of happened. And then Dylan, like, all of a sudden, because Ryan didn't answer, he's like, yeah, Jack, do you want to come help me? I was like, all right, go on then, I'll help you. So we went on this server. We did some, like, role play, like, back and forth, bit of banter. Awful, by the way. Awful. Like, it literally sounded like 2 kids that were shouting at each other most of the time. And then we gave it in. Dylan obviously didn't get the part, unfortunately, but they did like Dylan, so they put him on a crew, which was Melodream, which was part of GLG, the GLG like productions with some people that are behind it. And so they offered Dylan a thing, and then they saw me in it, and they're like, "Who's this British guy?" I was like, Dylan's like, "Oh, that's Jack. He's one of my really good friends." I was like, and he was like, okay, give him my Discord if he wants to like come aboard and earn a little bit of money. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, all right, go on then. So obviously we both got put on a channel called Melodream. So basically it was just a channel that was just run. Basically it's like a sub channel off of sub channels, basically. And we started doing role playing on there for a good God knows how long, run by Chewy Roleplays that's currently on the Oddities Roleplays now as well. And we did great there until unfortunately she had another project where then I had to start running the channel. And yeah, that's really how it come all about. And then obviously we just moved on to better things where we went on to the, like, all of us basically left GLG to go to the Oddities Roleplay, and you know, nothing bad between, no bad blood between anyone, we decided to leave for a better opportunity. And now, you know, we're doing well. We're able to promote ourselves, you know, put ourselves out there, and slowly but surely start gaining, you know, what we can. Like in a year,
yeah, it's done really well.
Yeah, I think it's reached 100 and nearly like 200,000 subscribers in less than a year. Like it's been less than a year.
Yeah,
it's crazy. And then we also started a new channel as well, the Oddities Plays, that is on like 20-30K right now.
Jeez.
As well.
So each episode is it kind of like a storyline each episode with the Oddities, like each? I'm trying.
Yeah. So yeah, I know you're on about.
Yeah,
yeah, I get what you mean. So basically, we normally go off of just what sort of, not trending, but what is sort of the best sort of videos we can put out that they would want to watch. So in the first things first, whatever happens at the start of every recording, we have like a pre-list of the basic titles and descriptions of what we need to do. Right. And Darzeth will go over that for us. And that's basically what we do every day. It's like Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. We just do that exact same thing. We just put ideas of what we think, and like, because obviously it's FNAF based. So obviously, as you can probably tell, it's quite a niche market for FNAF. So the way we got to do it is we got to do it in a way that it will entertain the kids, and we're able to get like 3,000 episodes out of it.
Yeah.
Because on the previous channel, they did 4 years 4 years of that channel before they moved over to the new Oddities one. So just think they did over 3,000 episodes because they were doing 2 a day,
Jesus.
and they had to figure out all of those episode ideas. It was insane.
So it's not scripted or anything. It's more, if anything, it's more what's the word?
Idea based.
Yeah, and God, I'm really struggling for the term. Actors, like when actors.
Yeah, it's more improv. To be honest. It's like
that's the word.
That's the one. Yeah.
So that's kind of what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. We do obviously have some scripted parts because obviously we can't just improv every single thing. There has to be some sort of script in it. Like we have little storylines of different things where it goes back to whatever, we say little catchphrases or lines, just to basically the diehard fans will sort of pick up on, and it's like sort of keeps them engaged.
Yeah, no, it seems really interesting, and it's picking up a lot of traction. Like the channel seems to be doing really well in such a short space of time. So, yeah.
Yeah. I think it's good because we've got all of our like members. We've got Digitalized Pixel, 80,000 subscribers. We've got Gallon Gaming, 200,000 subscribers. We've got Darzef, 400,000 subscribers. Odd Fox, that's on nearly 40,000 subscribers. We got Dylan, that's on nearly 10k. You got me, 7 to 10k. You got Chewy, that's nearly at 10k. You got Bomber, that's nearly that is at 10k. You got Pat, that's at 26, and Katie, that's on like 30. So there's every person like putting it together. It just boom.
Yeah. Well, you talked a little bit about your channel, so we'll move on to your channel. So, what kind of things are you doing on there?
So at the minute, I've obviously sort of gone down the route of Darzef's wisdom. Can't thank him enough because he's given me a lot of insight into like basic YouTube, how to do it properly, And so as I've looked into it, I've more decided to go with sort of child-friendly stuff. Obviously, a bit different to you. I've started going more along the lines of Roblox, Minecraft, basically just simple kid content, really. But I've sort of stick to the same market that I needed to go with. So, say with Roblox, I've done more like PvP stuff, like shooting games, because I'm quite good at shooting games, FPSs.
Yeah.
So I sort of stick with that market of people to like sort of gauge the audience in that sort of area, and then obviously more or less on that side, I'm gonna sort of hopefully make more of a PG channel, hopefully soon, and move on to basically have that as my basic main channel, like BeatBoxCrazy with the Roblox and Minecraft, and then move on to the other channel that will be more based along playing games and just enjoying myself, like playing GTA, playing Rainbow Six, playing just fun games with my mates and just having a bit of fun and banter.
Yeah, because I can imagine, while obviously it fits with the oddities and that kind of niche, playing Roblox and Minecraft and stuff, do you still enjoy those games?
Oh yeah, I've never stopped liking them. Like Minecraft, it gets a bit repetitive after a while because you're literally playing it every single day. I think it does sort of hit you down a bit when you have to play it for a job.
Yeah,
it doesn't make it as fun. I think a lot of things do. As when you hit the record button and people don't realize you're recording, that's like when you get the best reactions. When no one realizes you're doing it and you're just enjoying it and having fun. That's when you get like the funnest moment. But when it's sort of like, as a sense, when you're trying to play a game and you're having to force yourself to play that game for the fact of just content.
Yeah.
Sometimes it doesn't feel like you enjoy it as much as what you probably should do.
Yeah, well, I think if you did do another channel where it was like that, I think that would work really well because you could just have that as sort of an outlet to really enjoy and love gaming, and then you could have this channel as like building it and growing that.
Oh, 100%, yeah. I'm looking to obviously go to the moon, Dogecoin all the way to the top. Both of them.
Have you got Dogecoin? I need to get in something with, I don't know, something that I've always sort of looked at and been like, I should really do something with them, but I've never.
I bought some AMC, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I bought some AMC a little while ago. I spent like 100 quid in it, and I profited like 20%.
It is good.
I literally just put it on for the banter because it was just skyrocketing. I think I bought it at like £7 per one, and then I sold it at 16.
It's with all the yeah, because that was one of them where it was the GameStop and like all them were just like booming, and it just sort of became like that Twitter meme of just all the way to the moon. Yeah,
to the moon.
I really should have done it, but I don't know.
Oh, it was great. It was great.
Okay,
I missed it, man.
well, it seems like you've just got a lot going on. Like you've got the eSports, you've got your own channel, you've got oddities. How are you making time for all this, and how are you managing it?
Oh, and I work as well.
You work as so this isn't even like the full time.
No, I want to make this obviously as full time as possible, but I currently work part time at another place, so I'm just earning a bit of extra money on the side, really.
That's
But yeah,
fair.
I work 4 days on, 4 days off. So and it's a 13-hour shift on each one. So I'm working that whilst also recording, streaming. Because obviously it's not just like YouTube either. It's Twitch as well.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to push on Twitch.
Well, yeah, because
So it's lots.
so. All right, I want to get your opinion on this. Actually, what's better, Twitch or YouTube for streaming?
This is a funny one. This is a tough one because Twitch is a great platform and I absolutely adore it and I love streaming it because it's more freedom. But recently, with them bringing in the DMCA's and stuff like that, it sort of made it more like YouTube. Now, streaming on YouTube, I love it because of the pure fact that I can just enjoy myself, and I know that the subscribers will sort of see it more.
Yeah,
Because it's more of like around that content, they'll see it. As compared to Twitch, it's more of whatever you're playing. You know, do they want to watch you play GTA? No. Do they want to watch you play Roblox? Yes. Are they going to watch me on GTA? No. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's very mixed opinions, really. Because I personally like Twitch for what it does, but then also on the other fact, if you get YouTube, you can just get monetized like very quickly.
Yeah, YouTube seems sort of the easier route in a sense, without all the the major restrictions that you get on the Twitch streaming. But
it's mainly your copyrights on YouTube. That's your main one.
Yeah.
So for Twitch, I couldn't care less about what I play on my stream. They can ban me all they want. I couldn't give a damn. But on YouTube, it's like that's my main thing. I want to try and make sure that if I'm gonna do anything on there, it's gonna be no copyrights.
Yeah.
Even though I get copyrighted all the time for stupid stuff that I shouldn't be getting done.
it is not. Yeah, it's not a great system, is it? But what can you do?
Nah.
So go back to your. So you've got 4 days a week that you're cramming all of this into. You've got to be doing some like mad hours or something. How are you cramming all that in?
It's determination, really. It's more or less. It's like I go to work at 7:30 in the morning. Get home at 8:30. As soon as I get home at 8:30, if it's a Monday or a Wednesday or Friday, I'm instantly on recording. As soon as I'm finished recording for oddities, I'm then off doing streaming, either on YouTube or Twitch. And then after that, it's just sleep, and I barely get like 4 or 5 hours sleep. But at the end of the day, the grind never stops. Because at the end of the day, if I want to make this a job and I want to be able to, not like take priority of my actual job that I've got, like my part-time job, I need to make sure that I push myself to the limits to where I get the best content and possibly show the people that because the thing is, I don't care about the money that I get on YouTube. Like I do it for the fun of it because I'm not getting paid on it. Like the only payment I get is my voice acting. So for anything else, it's just my time and effort put into something to like allow people to enjoy my content. And at the end of the day, like if I get like 1 or 2 people watch me on stream, I couldn't give a damn. Like at the end of the day, I'm just there. Like as long as I keep my regulars that come watch me and they enjoy my content, that's all that keeps me going, really.
Is that kind of the end goal for all this, like with YouTube, Audacity, and the role playing, the voice acting things? Is that sort of just the end goal to get it full time, or?
Yeah. I think overall, I want to be able to basically just be able to get out of bed a little bit later in the afternoon and then get onto my work afterwards. But I think that is my main goal. Do it full time, be able to have a sustainable amount of money. But at the end of the day, like I said, as long as I'm getting a living wage, I couldn't care less, because at the end of the day, I'm just here to enjoy it. Like, even if I wasn't getting a living wage and I was still doing it part time,
Mm.
I'm still gonna sit and enjoy it either way. Whether I'm earning money out of it or not.
Yeah, yeah, no, it's good. So I want to go back a little bit now to
We go.
the Audacity eSports thing, because
Yeah.
something that even I messaged you about a while ago, your deal with Kappa, or your like, how did you manage? How did that come about?
So it's quite a weird one actually, because we've basically just got into Rainbow Six about 2000 and like the 2020 start of 2020. And basically, as we started to get into it a bit more, we got stumbled upon an email. It was from a company called Van Hawk. Um, they basically just gave us the DM, just basically asking like, "Hey, do you want a meeting? We are one of those like top sponsorship agencies in the world. Basically, do you want to come like have a call with us? We're very interested in you guys." And we're like, "Oh, okay, fair enough. Like anything that we can try and like progress Audacity, we'll do." I did a call with them. Great guys, Sunny Singh or Sai. That thing is one of the two. Sunny, great CEO, great guy. Couldn't say anything more. He's done everything for me. Um, he basically just helped me out as much as I could, and basically just said, "Hey, we'll get you a deal with Kappa." I'm like, great. And so I ended up meeting up with Dave, one of the head people for Kappa in the UK, and we ended up just getting a deal across the road, basically. And it was great to see like that small esports organizations like ourselves can start picking up those sort of things, like with Audacity and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah, it's a big achievement to be partnered with
Oh, it's crazy.
such a big company.
Yeah. See, it was a massive achievement in sort of my own life, because I've never thought that I'd be able to sit there and say, "Hey, look, I'm sponsored by Kappa,"
Yeah.
in a professional sports brand that's associated with the likes of like Napoli, Aston Villa.
Mm. Yeah, no, yeah, yeah. I can't say anything more except it's a big achievement that.
It
Um,
is definitely.
so with the gaming, you said about how it gets a bit tedious playing the games that you have to record with. Do you have time to
Yeah.
game in your spare time? Like,
See, I barely, to be honest, most of my time is either sleeping or working. I don't really sit there and play casually. The only time I ever play casually, I get like 10, 15, 20 minutes maximum. The only time I do is when I decide I just don't want to record. So, say for instance, when I just like, say for my own channel as well, I've taken a bit of a break on my own channel, about 2 weeks, because mentally I just needed a bit of a break. I used to be able to stream quite a lot, and where everything's just sort of piled on top of me at the minute, it's been quite hard to like do, the effort to stream every single day
yeah,
and put something out every day. It's been very hard. So recently I've been able to probably chill and game, play some Siege with my mates, actually been able to like sit and chill, like look, sort of think about myself and think, right, where can we go from here to progress from there to there?
mm.
Because there's a lot of people that I see that don't have the mentality of they want to go from there to there. They just want to go from there, and then they just want to instantly just be able to just hit there.
Yeah,
They don't know what's in between. And what I've got to think of is I'm there, and I've somehow got to work out how do I fill this gap to get to there. And that's the main thing at the minute. And it's just taking a little bit of time out, allow myself some time to regenerate, all this energy that I've put in over the last 10 months to a year,
mm.
and just basically work around what I need to do. So I think that's mainly it. I haven't been able to really casually game. I think it's been the last 2-3 weeks I've been playing Siege, and that's about it.
Yeah. Well, is daily upload something that you were doing before on your channel?
Yeah, so I did it for about 4 or 5 weeks on the bounce, and it was great. But the only problem with it was the fact it was very mentally draining, because I was having to record every day and then also edit it, upload it, render it, upload it. I know you know the
Yeah.
stuff that you got to do. Then you got to look at SEOs, tags, descriptions, titles, then you got to get your thumbnail sorted. And obviously at that point in time, I didn't have that much financial money to be able to go and hire a thumbnail artist to get me, a lovely, an actual decent thumbnail. I had to do that all myself. So I'm sitting there having to make a thumbnail, render, upload, all that sort of stuff. And that took me about 4 hours every day. So and that's for like a 30-minute video. Well, look, a 30-minute video that I recorded that cut down to like 10 minutes.
Is that along with streaming as well every day?
Yeah.
Is that something?
So it was like,
is that something that you want to be able to eventually do in the future? Stream and upload every day, or would you like to sort of cut it back now that you've had this break and time to sort of progress?
see, having the time to cut and progress just allows you to think what you should do for the future. And I think for me, I want to do this for the future, and it's sort of regenerated me to want to do it. And I think uploading every day and being able to stream every day, that is a major progression, or what should I say, target for me, to be able to start doing it again. Because the thing that people don't see is that people with a lot of confidence and a lot of like wanting to progress, that sort of energy, they don't, as soon as they get a knock or anything, they instantly just go from here to there in seconds. Like for me, instantly, I was doing like 4 days a week, 5 days a week, took one break for one day, instantly, boom, my whole mentality went. And that's the problem with it. It's like with that, you have to have that mentality of wanting to do it every single day.
Yeah. I remember doing it on my old channel before this one, and I've kind of got into more of a casual upload at the minute. Like I work hard every day to edit and things like that, but I don't know, the daily upload for me is like just it. For me, it's the quickest way to burn out of like wanting to do it. Is that the same for you or not all?
Oh, 100%. It's like you could have all the energy in the world to do the video and you'll be on such a high, and then as soon as you realize you have to edit, it just hits you there. It's like, oh.
Is that so for you? Are you wanting to sort of get to a point where you can get an editor so you can just record it and that'd be done?
I think, to be honest, if I got to the point where I can afford a thumbnail artist and an editor, I think every day there'll be 2 videos on that channel. Like recording the videos is not the problem for me. It's mainly the editing and the thumbnails that was sort of the issue, because it was just like additional work that you always had to do. But at the end of the day, work, like, nothing comes free in life, and at the end of the day, you have to put in the work to do it.
So earlier when you were talking about a second channel, would you be doing like one on there and one on your main and on top of all this as well?
So the way I was sort of thinking around it was doing one a week, having a paid editor. Obviously, not going to cost me much for 4 videos a week. Just chill with my mates, record what I can, chuck it to them, get some funny moments out of it, chuck some clips over it, boom shakalaka, there you go, there's a video and a video on there. And then obviously, depending on how it progresses and how well it does, then I would obviously look to continuously put more effort into it, and then obviously more and more and more, as well using my own channel as it is. Because the thing is, with streaming is like the best thing for me. I love streaming. If I could do streaming more than I would do videos, I would 100% do it. Because for one reason only: no editing and no thumbnail. Like, well, you can do a thumbnail, obviously, if you're doing it with YouTube. But it's literally, you sit there. It's so much better because you get to interact with your fans live, for one. And I think that's the best thing in the world, because instead of going through a comment and having to give a cheesy pun, and being able to just fully just give your actual reaction to it, is great. I love it. And I think other than that as well, like I said, seeing people actually want to come to your stream and actually looking at like the numbers coming in, like say you're on like 20 consistent or 30 consistent or 40 consistent, looking at those numbers, they just make you feel good about yourself. They make you feel like, yes, you're doing a good job. This is why you're doing what you're doing. You're doing it to for these people so they can come and enjoy you.
Yeah, no. To me, what it sounds like would be the best route for you is streaming, and then if you could get to a point where you could stream and then you could hire someone to take the streams and make moments out of them for YouTube, that seems like it'd fit you perfectly.
100%, 100%. So yesterday I did my first stream back on Twitch, and I got 20 consistent on Twitch, which I haven't streamed in 3 months.
Yeah.
And I was just playing GTA RP. That was it.
What?
Something completely off genre.
I've seen a couple of things about that. It seems to be like taking off on GTA, the RP on it.
100%.
What kind of thing is it? Because I've only heard little like snippets around about it.
So it's basically just like, imagine just, I don't know if you've ever seen like Arma 3 role plays or stuff like that, you know, back in the day with like LT Zomba and all that sort of lot. But it's basically just, imagine real life just in virtual reality. Virtual reality. That's literally what it is. Doing like meth runs, doing coke runs, doing you're in a gang or something like that, and you know you're driving around the city. You have shootouts. You have the police that pull you over for like literally exceeding speed limits, or having drugs on you, or shootouts, or like you just swearing at them, calling them a pig or something like that. You know, it's just so fun. Like if you look at previous VODs of like what I did before, it's just hilarious because we just have so much fun. And it's like, even like the thing is like, it's very strict on roleplay. You have to roleplay like you're in your character. Like you get hit in the face, you have to act like you've just been shot on the face.
So what characters what role do you play?
So my current character is named Jack Renton. He's more of a devious character, quite a funny chap, I'd probably say. Because the way I say it, I put it in a perspective of each roleplay character is more or less like a TV show script of a character, and looking at the personalities and traits, and it's a completely different person. So the reason I like it the most is that you can be a different person to what you are now, and you can do it on there. You know, you can be whoever you want to be realistically. You know, I at the minute, like Jack Renton, the character, he's funny, he's jumpy, he's very outgoing, simple, you know, stuff like that. He's more informative management wise, you know, everything all together, you know, using my actual skills in real life as I am now, and then just doing it on there and just being a completely different person. You know, the confidence you have is just
Yeah, I can imagine. I think if I was to do it, I'd love to be a cop. if I was to do it, I'd love to be a cop. I think that'd just be sick, just like enforcing everyone. I see someone speeding, I'm like, no,
stop it, what's wrong with you?
I think that's the role I would have to pick. I don't know why, but a cop would be pretty cool.
I could see you as a cop. I could see you.
Okay. Well, we've covered pretty much everything that I wanted to talk about, as far as all your projects and everything. Future plans. What are future plans for your channel, the eSports, everything like that?
So, I'll start with the eSports because it's the simplest one to say. With the eSports, we're just looking to push it and progress it as much as we can, get better teams, you know, progress it to where we have offices, you know, be able to have places that we can go, you know, to actually play, you know, stuff like that, actual for like the company wise to progress. For my YouTube side of stuff, I'm looking to go full time with it. Looking to obviously try and reach 100,000 subscribers in the next 3-4 years. You want to be able to do streaming full time on Twitch or YouTube, either one, and just be able to just, you know, hop online and just, you know, to thousands of people and just say like, hey, what's up? You know, how's your day been? You know, put a smile on their face. The main thing for me is, I don't want to be big for the sake of being big. And, you know, I don't want to do it for the sake of it being a job, even though it would be great to have a job. I do it for the sake of I know what the kind of person is. When I was younger, I used to sit there on my phone and just watch people because it used to help me mentally. And it used to help me like through the day of when I used to go to school. And so me doing this to like the future generation and being able to just, you know, them to just sit there and just, you know, take their mind off of school, take their mind off of whatever they're doing, and just sit down and chill and just watch me be an absolute dickhead. And, you know, me make them take the mick out of myself. It's just great.
Yeah, honestly, your whole work ethic and just everything that you're doing at the minute is actually motivating me, and I'm sure it'll motivate a lot of people listening to it, like to just do it, like just put the hours in the work and just do it.
I had a motto that I used to live by, and it was, when you, because the motto that I used to live by was, if you can't achieve what you want, make sure you do it better next time.
Mm. That is a good
And
motto.
that's what I've always been living
Yeah.
by, because the way it is say for instance Audacity decides it was going to go down one day because of the current economy, because trust me, it's a very hard economy at the minute. If Audacity ever went down, for instance, I'd look at it and be like, right, I'll look at all the positives that I've done with it and make something else and do better. Same with my YouTube. If say my YouTube went to shit, don't know whether I'm allowed to swear,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
yeah, yeah, it's fun.
um yeah, like say for instance my YouTube went to shit, I would be like, well, I'd look at the positives of it and think about the negatives and try and progress on that and just make myself better. And like I said, there's one specific quote that I remember, and that's always stuck in my head. It's from Optic Hex, um, and basically he had a quote where he was saying, you will never get anywhere if you half-ass it. And that's the main thing for me. It's like, if you half-ass something, you'll never get anywhere. You need to just put your time, you need to put your effort. If you're going to do something, you put 100% in. And no matter how bad you are, or no matter how where it goes, like say for instance people that are on like live streaming right now with like 0 people watching them, I give so much props to them, because at the end of the day, they're sitting there, they're grinding, they're putting their ass on the line, they're being like, all right, well, look, I even though I have no viewers, I couldn't care less. I'm sitting here enjoying myself and chilling.
Mm.
And that is the best way to say it. And the best way for every person, don't forget, you always start small. You never just go straight big. And that's the thing you need to think of.
Yeah, that I couldn't have said anything better myself. I'm honestly, I think this is going to help a lot of people watching this get motivated to just do anything they want to do. So, thank you. That's a good quote.
You're good.
Okay, well, it's been a pleasure talking to you. I like to end every podcast by just asking the guest, what does success mean to you?
Success is when I'm financially secure. Success is when you're happy. Success is there where every single person around you is happy with you, and that is the only way you can say it. Because success is the thing is with success is there's always going to be rejects to it. Success is something that is only temporarily, because it can always go downhill. Success is something that you should look at as just something as a progression. It never stays permanent. So just think of that. It never stays permanent, but make sure it stays permanent.
Okay. Well, thank you for coming on the Get to Know podcast. It is, as I said, it's been a pleasure talking to you.
No problem.